Greetings, mortals. I am Nathas, the ruler of the underworld, and today we will be reacting to the newest chapter of Four Knights of the Apocalypse, chapter 110, titled In Pursuit of Strength. Well, more pursuit of strength in terms of personal plateau, and more Patrician just want to, fight their captain, whatever, or the demon clan, whatever. But yeah, I mean, I guess there's some kind of pursuit of strength here, so it makes sense, but still. So yeah, let's get into this chapter as we have the first page, which is alright. So we have Anne, Nazians all look at their lover Percival, who is eating something. I think it's supposed to be a rice, almost like rice things that they have in Japan. As they're going to school, while Rosebag is in a different school as she's staring at Percival while holding, I think, one of those like, "Do you love me or do you love me not?" flowers. As she's standing there in blush, which isn't really kind of funny how this kind of looks like, because like this implies that Camelot and Irons are two different schools now. Makes me kind of wonder if we're actually going to get anything from this, or if it's just going to be like a thing. Or how long are we going to have this romance play out? Is it just gonna be like a one-arc thing, or one and done, or is it going to be like a prolonged storyline for at least a couple of arcs? You know, like how Palagot wanting Percival as his student is kind of a prolonged thing, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. So anyways, we get to the proper stories. We have Dobyak, yeah, pull it out! Is it really you have him like standing there trying to pull it out? As then like one tiny little stone is like getting up. Well, not tiny, it's pretty sizable, I want to say. Like, probably if you got hit by a head, you die or type of thing. But you know, it's not really like. It's like there's a comparable difference between what Donnie is supposed to be doing to what he actually is doing. And when you have Donnie having like a freak out, he's like, "This is impossible! How the hell am I supposed to reach 250 feet ahead of me?" Like, kind of shaking in fear. As then we have, I was like, "And he wants me to live up that entire tower? That's just crazy talk!" Which is kind of true. I mean, I'm certain there's gonna be a time in the story where he's gonna do either this kind of feat or a bigger feat, but for now it is impossible. It's probably just to give us like a scale of a difference and how much Johnny's going to grow. As they have Donnie going and he's like rubbing his head, he's like, "Ugh, at least ask me to live a stone 30 feet away from me or something. This is driving me insane." As in Donnie's looks ahead of himself is like still all sweating all that. And then like just kind of picks himself back up, comes to his senses and sense as he then says, "Well, I guess I'll start at 25 feet and extend it from there." So Donnie has a more smart idea here where he tries to, you know, instead of trying or at once to go to 250 feet, he's gonna try to just, you know, slowly increase his range. More logical than everything at once. Which I'm guessing is probably what Lancelot wanted him to do, but he didn't say it that way, so Donnie had to figure it out himself. Probably just to, you know, also growing his intelligence, that type of stuff, but still. Again, that's just probably maybe a more realistic measurement. But anyways, then we cut to Percival versus Lancelot as we have Percival going to swing it as he has all those Percivals of his magic covering his blade as he slices and slices all around. As Lancelot just casually like dodges everything. As there we have Percival oh, actually, I think that's Lancelot saying is he says, "Since he's come to the demon world, Percy's magic output has gotten a boost. Guess it means the demons are all pulling their hopes around him." Makes sense, since you know he is their savior. As they will have Lancelot kind of just jumping around to distract Percival, as then to get an easier opportunity to get a kick at Percival, would just send Percival back quite a lot. As then Lancelot tells him, "So with closed eyes, I was out of this pretty much confessing that Macduff indeed was blind. Like it's not like one of those things that you know to make Macduff look stand out in terms of eyes. Like he was legitimately blind." As then says, "I ain't saying not to tap into magic, but you gotta polish your sword skills right now. Your magic is frankly way too unstable, alright? I do feel I get that it's like a speed thing, and that's why they're gonna go with trial through combat type of thing. But I still feel like Percival should at least have someone who knows swordsmanship to show him how things are done. How wasn't Zeldris' swordsmanship actually praised in the original story about like he has like the fastest draw or something? Wouldn't it make more sense to have like him at least give him some swordsman skill pointers? Because right now all that person was doing is like probably increasing his swinging range, which would not really help if anything but you know doing the same thing he was doing before, just like chopping animals and stuff. But yeah, anyways, the person like standing up is like, oh, all right, right, but was Macduff really this strong in all? Because I mean, person was getting like wrecked by Lancelot right now. Well, previously, he was, like Macduff is such a weird character because he had a power boost, so you have to question this power, if how much of it was a power boost and how much was actually his strength. Which, I mean, I kind of do feel like Lancelot does give some of his own strength to make the target more believably powerful, since like especially if he's going from Talisker to Macduff and completely skipping over the Dark Talismans as well as that lady that Tennec and Outback as well. Like Outback should have been technically the weakest of all of them, but it is what it is. So we'll see if he actually does state something. This was a power gap between them or something. Anyways, Avalanche saying, "Didn't he literally kill you once? I'm faithfully recreating the Macduff inside your memories for you." So yeah. So I guess so yeah. I mean, Macduff did kill him, so I guess that's like one of the reasons. But still, you do have to wonder how close it actually was. Also, again, I do would like to mention that Macduff also had a bit of an advantage in terms of mobility and all that and surprise attack. So you do have to wonder if that is 100% accurate, but whatever. As they have Percival going there for swinging, as then we see three Percivals in air just kind of staring down. As then we have one mini Percival be like, "Boy, he really think he's all that, huh?" As then the other mini Percival be like, "Well, yeah, he really is super strong, but..." As then we had another Percival getting kind of greeny. It's like, I say we catch him unawares and blow him away. So yeah, as then we have Minotaur telling the mini Percivals be like, "Get all that stupid crap out of your mind right now. I'll wipe all of you in one go." As in the mini Percivals are aware of that. As mini Percivals like, "Huh? Was I thinking stupid crap just now?" And as then we have Percival be like, "And what you mean all of you?" As then we have Lancelot be like, "Don't worry about it." So I guess this confirms that mini Percivals do have their own personalities outside from Percival. Makes me kind of wonder if the mini Percivals do have the same thing or just similar things, because all of them are commenting on Lancelot, but it's unclear exactly if they all have like the same thing. Like one seems to be more mischievous, one seems to be more admitting, while the other one just seems to be irritated by Lanza. Which, to be fair, at this point, I am being. Which at this point, like, alright, Lanza's cool and all, but you have to like, alright, give him some other flaws to a point it's at least more viable. It's kind of like how Law in One Piece. Yeah, he's a very cool character and all, but he does have a few of his jokes which do kind of like make him look a bit worse. Like in battle, he is not exactly the strongest. Like he does rely a lot on other characters. I mean, he has to be alone helping others, as well as the fact how he does have this more like he makes it's a matter of a plan, but he also has to be more like the guy who gets ordered around by everyone because he's more support based. Despite if I'm wanting to admit it or not, but still, I feel like Lancelot is starting to suffer from just being the badass cool captain who can do everything. But we'll see on that how this things goes. As they have one person be like, psst. As they have one me person be like, yes, he knows, huh? Which is kind of does, which is interesting that they just kind of react to the fact that he hurt them or read their minds and stuff like that, than actually being scared. It's kind of difficult to say exactly, but we'll see how this goes. I am honestly kind of curious now if there is going to be a moment during this arc where Percival goes into his like demon state, and that demon state has something about it that will be really terrible against Lancelot. Like, even Lancelot will be like, okay, this thing is a little scarier for me. I mean, I don't know. I just don't like Lancelot there to be a bit of a showing that Lancelot is not invincible because, like, remember It's supposed to be the four knights that take down Camelot, not Lancelot that takes down Camelot. So whatever power gap there is now has to be shortened, and Lancelot does have to struggle for on his own to win because it's kind of weird to have like a full group that he's work together to take down, but like one guy is bad in all three of them together. Like it's literally like the four Knights of Apocalypse, 100% with all four, but then like four Knights of the Apocalypse, 99%. It's just Lancelot. Yeah, that's kind of a problem. It's a fun meme, but in the story, it's not really the best idea. But anyways, they have Lancelot. I don't think he's looking, is opening his eyes and he's looking at them and thinking to himself, what a mystery though. Normally, any body doubles or creatures generated by someone's magic move based on the will of whoever's providing the magic to drive them. But it's clear that many persons have their own damn free will. Yes, a lot of damn free will. As then we have, first of all, look at them as they're approaching him. It was like, hey, why are you flying around like that? As then Lance was like, but the even bigger mystery is that the way Percival's died multiple times now and came back like it's nothing. As Percival's like, which does make me think they gave him some kind of plan or something, although it might not be just that. Again, like these mini Percivals are really weird. I also have theories that maybe the mini Percivals are every time a Percival died and they're just like the undead versions of those Percivals, which might also explain why they're more cruel and malicious than others. But we have to wait and see on that side. Also, not like I said, there were three Percivals that were talking and they're so amongst everyone constantly. I have to go back to check to see the number of them, but yeah, it's a bit interesting to see. Also, the background when Slot is talking about the Percival dying multiple times is now all black, so who knows? We might be seeing something. I mean, they are scheming a way to take Lancelot Dama back, so who knows what's going to happen. But anyways, we now cut to Nauseats running around the Demon Palace. As we have Nauseans be like, I know, I don't have much stamina, but my drugs can even all that out and out, so why? Oof, oof. As we get him being passed by, someone says, come on, quit looking up like that. Mind if I run alongside you? As we have Anne running beside, past the nausea. It's too quick from how little stamina he has. I was like, huh? And then Nausea saying, not all at all, but what about your own training? Since he doesn't know what Anne's training is, as Anne tells him, he told me to just rest for now. As long as like, you sure have it good. True, she barely even has any like real bones that are making her struggle and all that. Like every time there is a bone like that, they always go after the other guy. But yeah. Anyways, we didn't have any time. But keeping still by myself, it just isn't in my blood. I feel at that point you might as well go with it's so late to talk about love or whatever, but whatever you want to do. And then I'm like, Nonsense be like, haha, I'm sure it's not. Instead of Nonsense saying, uh, as Nonsense like, oh, actually, I have something I've been meaning to ask you. But Nonsense like, what is it? As Nonsense like, what was it that made you awaken your magic power? Egghalahat? And Ghalat, I prefer Anne because it's easier to say, but whatever. As then we get Angie a little sad, and she's like, it happened when my mother died before my eyes. Or maybe a few minutes previously, to be exact. So she is not entirely certain, but she knows you're like around her mother's death, which is a bit sad. As even Nazian's like, oh, I see, I'm sorry I brought it up then. Since he understands like you lost your mother, and I didn't thought it was actually connected. It's just he was curious. As Anne's like, it's fine. I mean, you asked about when my magic awoken. That's surprising to ask someone. It's more just that it's unfortunate the fact these two are connected in a way. Which I guess means that, which now makes me kind of wonder if, or I don't think we ever saw any panel, anything really going into how not Agn's mother died. But I'm kind of getting the idea it was one of those like, Anne's mom was severely wounded, and she was telling And it's fine, it's fine. I'll be good. Everything will be better. But then she saw the things and woke and like maybe she wanted to say, is it true? She was like evidence, but then her magic awoke and saw no, her mother's lying about it. It's totally not true. I guess it's gonna be like one of those types of flashbacks that we're gonna see. But that's in the future for us to get fullbacks or whatnot. Which is kind of funny how we are getting more insight pretty much every character but Go Away at this point, even though we're like the last to have been introduced, as well as one of the least focused at this still. But I was there and be like, can I ask you a question now? As now she's like, sure, anything. I mean, I already asked you something very deep and personal, so I probably should at least respond kind. As if and looking back at him, she's like, "Is there something odd between you and Percival?" As in nonsense looks down. He's like, "No, not really." As in nonsense feels something, as in he falls to the ground. And he's getting crushed. As I was like, "Huh?" And she notices that. As nonsense like, "Nonsense, are you okay?" As there nonsense be like, "Ugh, out of nowhere, I feel this heavy force on my body. Is this a side effect of all the running?" As nonsense just like, I'm sorry, that's probably my fault actually. And I'm like, what? As Anne explains to Nazians, I guess that after I guess that after the whole Jade thing, my magic changed itself to some extent. As then as he's been pushed down, he's like, oh, it has. As then we have Anne be like, yeah, so sorry about that. I can't even control my magic any longer. Wait, wasn't your magic a passive ability anyways? Like, I mean, I'm not saying it was never stay, but I always thought that Anne's magic was more like a passive thing. She didn't actually have to, like, think, alright, show me if he's lying or telling the truth. But to be fair, again, maybe it was. Again, maybe I'm just. I mean, to be fair, I guess we never really know if she was ever suspicious. In this world, you probably would always have to be suspicious of someone. But yeah, we have to wait and see. Although I guess she made no comments about Palgot actually meaning what he was saying when it comes to just taking Percival to train him, all that stuff. Although to be fair, that's not really an issue, even if that was the plan. Which again makes me kind of wonder why didn't they just try to get Palgot on their side? It would just solve a lot of issues when you really think about it. Well, part of the story really is reliant on characters just not taking advantage of Chaos Knights when they can use them. And then Nazians be like, well, yeah, something is up with us. And I was like, oh. And Nazians are like, it kind of feels like I'm having an argument with him. Or perhaps, really, I'm the only one who sees it that way, I suppose. So, yeah. Well, it's not really an argument, it's just you're pissed at him than anything else. It's like, it's kind of like if someone does something, it's more a petty thing when you really think about it. Well, depending on who you ask, but it does kind of feel petty when you really think about it. As then we have and be like Nazians, as in Naziant realizes that he can now get up from this. Now, some people are probably gonna ask about how exactly does this work. I'm guessing that since again also McDuff I think was able to get all of it in pretty quickly, and from what we've seen this chapter, it doesn't seem like Anne's magic really has like a time limit, or at least it doesn't seem to like something just wait a few seconds. Ha! Now I just have to tell the truth here, and that's what like said it like lies away down you kind of thing, very literal in this case. So I think what's happening is like if someone doesn't answer, they get pushed down, but they get it for like a short period of time. While people who tell lies get pushed down, they're pushed down until they tell the truth. So we'll see how that's gonna go. And again, I feel like it has just some kind of more specific condition than just someone like and screaming at someone, "Hey, hey, what do you feel?" Oh, well, be a good like, hey, do you hate King Arthur that he's trying to have you that he doesn't care if you all die? Kind of situation, and then they don't even like they barely even hear like all they hear is someone screaming in the background. They get pushed down because they don't answer something like that. Like I know it's gotta be like that simple because again, then pretty much anyone would be able to get affected by that stance. That would be a bit of an issue. You know what I mean? But yeah, anyways, there we have Nazi on back up says, "Oh, my body's back to normal. I think." And then I'd be like, it is? That's great! As then we got to a shot of the Demon Palace. As then we have Anne Nauseans running around it as they start to see that the meteorite shower, which again makes me think that the cast not to just run get out there before the rain, well, until the rain stops and just report everything. But yeah, anyways, then we have, and I think saying there's the flaming rain Gala told us about. As I have noticed, I'm gonna say this point, but yeah, it's pretty, but nothing we can come close to, no. I mean, I'm assuming Percival and Lancelot and Trisha could come close to, but you guys probably not, because we'll probably get killed. As then Percival were telling and everything about this, as he says, Percival said that that a Chaos Knight stole the fragment he had. As in, and it's like, right? As Nazi and they're like, but we actually found that now in a state of near death. Percival wound up saving her life despite my protests, only to have his fragment stolen as thanks. Well, okay, I'm not gonna go into details since I already expressed my opinion, and I think at least into. No, actually, I'm gonna express my opinion on this everything video since it happened, but Nazians! Paralyze her! You could have paralyzed her! Percival could have restrained her, and you guys could have taken her. How, considering how close this fragment was, one of the demons could have probably just saw it, and you guys could have taken it, and you would have a prisoner and a fragment if only you were not being a little scum, little B word, and you threw a fit and went to the demon palace. Like, he even went straight to the demon palace. I don't even think it was like one of those things like he just went back into surgery. It was more like, I'm just gonna go wait in the demon palace. So yeah, I'm sorry, it's your fault, but not that if anyone says to blame it to you. As they have Anne slapping herself, and she's like, I can't believe what a gullible idiot he is. I, I guess this is gonna be one of those plot characters are stupid for the sake of plot, like Lancelot being able to push Macduff and Tenet back, but unable to capture or anything. So yeah, I'm guessing it's gonna be one of those stupid for the sake of plot stupid. It's official, I would say, with any reaction. All we need now is everyone else's reaction, and no one being like, why did you just capture them like we did with Tenet? But I'm not saying anyone's just gonna be an idiot. But then we have uh, uh, Anne saying, so that's why you're mad? For helping our enemies? Yes, because you guys are such better moral characters than they are. I forgot to say, they're even torturing Gawain. Guess that's not even torturing Gawain. Now, you guys aren't even at all concerned or... Okay, you know what? I would get that they're not being concerned about Gawain if Gawain was like a character who was kind of always aloof and always kind of away. But outside of their first real hearing her, they really have never really. Gawain has never like went on her own anywhere. Like she hang with you guys. Like she is alone. She was left alone when after the fight with the Chaos Knights in Lyones because she had no personal reasons to be with any of you, but she hung out with everyone else. In terms of like that area, she didn't want to talk when you guys were setting up to go into Camelot and take down, but you guys were the ones. That was more, but it also wasn't there. They're going to that conversation. And just in general, all of you guys were not exactly the closest. But still, it's kind of weird how they don't address it at all. As then we have Nazat telling Anne as they're like running, as then they have Percival. We got a happy Percival behind them to like represent. As Nazat tells them, "Well, I'm afraid that his excessive kindness might wind up spelling his doom someday or other." Considering that he died 3 times already, and even Lancelot has no idea how he comes back from it, I think his death is something that's gonna have to take a little while before you'll be able to say it with confidence. Which is kind of funny how the Nazi said, like, we're commenting this and worry about it, but Roseback is right now not even sure if she's in love. It would be funny if that's how they use Rosebank Anne's ability as well. Like, and she's blushing as they're talking about Percival, and I was like, do you like Percival as well? And then she says, no, they're I feel like that point they might just stop. I don't know if they would actually stab her through the head if that did happen. But yeah, anyways, they have Anne think about it, and then she says, well, he's too gullible for his own good. But as Nazis looks up at her, Anne just tells him, are we all with him right now because we know that's exactly what the kind of guy he is? So this is actually a good thing, and I do like this from from Anne. The fact that she's, yeah, he's Goblin, too kind, but that's why we like him. Like it'd be weird, like it would be weird if he didn't act like this to everyone. Which, again, I am completely concerned about his chaos state. Like I'm not just imagining that person was gonna be in that like chaos state, but unlike against Tristan, where he was just a beast, he's gotta just be really cold and cold blood to everyone. Like kind of like Gion is to everyone that isn't Tristan, but even more so. Like probably not even respect or anything like that. I mean, I do believe Nakaba did say to not get you to uh, take Percival's kind-heartedness as it is right now because it's not gonna be permanent. So we'll have to wait and see. Anyways, they have Anne saying to Nauseans. I mean, you like Percival, don't you, Nauseans? As in, Nauseans like blushing as he turns to the side, like, yes, yes, I do. Probably, I mean, I don't really know, but I am, and so I'm sure you probably feel the same way. As if I'd be like, oh, sure, I like her. For me, though, it's just as a friend, so yeah, Anne is aware that Nauseans is loves Percival. But then, as soon as she says that, she gets gallant in the best page of the chapter, as she also now gets crushed by gravity to the floor, as we see her back, well, as we get from a very fun angle, as then Nan is also like, Narcissus, as like, as they have Nan like, are you alright? As then we have and be like, wait, what's going on here? Don't tell me I like Percival as a male partner! And she has swirly eyes as she starts to buzz as well. As I guess, while her heart thought that she just liked him as a teammate, it seems like she's also interested in him that way. Even if she herself didn't follow that way beforehand. As they have not, and be like, no, that's impossible! As then we have Anne getting crushed even more as she's denying it. As then we have Anne being like, oh, it's getting even heavier now. And I like, as then we have Nazis be like, you're sinking deeper into the ground. So yeah, this is gonna be. Now I'm not sure if this is damaging her body or is just like putting her really, really deep to the ground. As they have annual blushes, he says, I like refined man with good taste. That's my deal. That's my deal. Yes, because we were totally not into Meliodas previously. As then we have Anne saying, I'll never admit to this! Never! As they have Isola approaching them as they're probably going to be talking about stuff and, probably helping. And I'm guessing Isola's not going to be helping Anne get all this stuck to the ground situation as Isola's approaching them. As then they get into another part of the castle as we have yet to be confirmed it's Bellion saying these are the weapons we confiscated as we see him with all the weapons they got from everyone as we have I think the other 6 Knights of Black also there as we have not just saying yes I can see that as we see Chion's double axe weapon Isolde's mace uh, and so what's it called? And rapier, Christian swords, lance, bow, and I think we see three other sword. We see Nausean's blades as well as the dagger that I guess that Lancelot gave Donnie. I guess it was off screen and he got received those two, which is not bad, but still, I kind of wish we got this side because again, this like blade is like a bit weird to come from the side. But I guess it also makes sense that Donnie would get a blade since his dagger was destroyed. But I also have Chison be like, but couldn't you have waited with Isolde, Chion? And Chion's then like, I must consider any threat to your safety, Prince. As we see the three of the 6 Knights of Black there, Palm, the tiger, and the guy with the no hat but face on the shoulder, as well as I think the smallest gray demon we've ever seen. Which kind of funny how the other two. I find funny how we have all these Six Sense of Black, but two of them barely appear. Just like the face guy, the chest face guy, the tiger, and the pump be the only ones who are actually present there. And anyways, they're all looking angry at Tristan. As they have this guy be like, allow me to apologize for my previous rudeness, Prince. We still know far too little about each other. As Tristan is like, it looks up in them. As then Belial, maybe Belial is like, so how about we have a bit of a contest in the name of friendship? He grabs his blade, so this, that sword that Percival's got isn't Belial's sword. As she knows that, as then Belial goes for a swing, but not Tristan is immediately able to dodge as well as Gion, as even Pomp and the Tiger are like, oh, you're actually gonna be going into a fight with him. So sucked by that, Belial. Okay, they're not actually saying their names, but still. Anyways, we have Belial saying, and while we are at it, as then we have Belial saying, again, it's not confirmed, but I'm guessing he's Belial, as he says, I want to see how much strength lies within the so-called successor of the seven deadly sins, the hated foes who beat our heroes, the Ten Commandments. So yeah, I guess he's a little bit less jealous towards the Ten Commandments than he was previously. And I guess this also confirms there isn't a new version of Ten Commandments because of the fact he used their name. Because I mean, I previously thought there was because there were a few differently designed demons who were a bit more present than even some of the Six Sense of Black. But I guess that's not the case. They are just Six Sense of Black still. Or maybe it's a 10 Nights of Black. We'll see if they change it. Or anyways, again, we surprisingly enough have not even been addressing who these characters, if there are any specialty, if they have names or anything in the story, which is so funny. Like we are going to have I'm going to assume a battle between the two, Tristan and Belial, but we don't even know Belial's name. Or maybe they're never gonna be revealed after this little mock battle. I respect, Tristan. The value of the 10 Nights of Black is at your service, something like that. Maybe it's gonna be like that. Like maybe that's going to be that's gonna be the reveal or something. I'm assuming we are going to get it at some point. We want maybe there was just background noise, like those friends uh, that EO had with her, who were from the games, but they were barely in. Like we don't even see them here. Even EO as well has just kind of disappeared now, which is kind of hilarious, I think. But yeah, I guess if we are going to get the name since we're actually going to have a confrontation between the two. Again, where do they get a name? And then if they get a mock battle. And then have Chion be like, Brilliant Tristan, let me handle this. And then have Tristan be like, step back, Chion. And then he unsheaths his two blades, which I think are called Mayal and Esterosa. As we get to the final page of the chapter, as Tristan puts his sword between his like, oh, it's clear to me this isn't about apologizing or forging friendship at all, is it? As we have Belial having a bit of a grin. So yeah, the battle is gonna start. Now, logically speaking, in all forms of logic, Belial should not even be a match for Tristan, considering the fact that Tristan, beat a debatably stronger Malaska guy. It's up in the air. Where do the Chaos powers lie? Tristan, Galant, and Malaska also kind of had these weird matches that they didn't exactly feel the best, or they even were the same power wise. So it's a bit of a question on how this is gonna go. Although we do have to remember that Malaska wasn't focusing, and Tristan had to go to a brief moment into his demon mark state, which is considerably stronger than his angel base or combination state. So if he beats in his base state Belial, it would be kind of will not really be much of a thing. I don't think he's gonna go his demon state though, so we have to wait and see if that truly is the case. Or maybe it's gonna be explained like the Six Nights of Black got real big power boosts. Although I do believe it was stated that Belial could have been a Six Nights of Black member in terms of power, but Neora just didn't like his personality. It was like more of a you just will not mesh well with the rest of the Ten Commandments type of a deal. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, end of chapter. I think there is gonna be a chapter next week. It's not mentioned there's any kind of break, which I'm gonna be assuming is the reason why the my Academia Black Clover 9K chapter this week. We have to wait and see. So yeah, um, this chapter was like a little bit of a train. It's a train arc chapter. Like you can do it. There's some showing us how some are training, some little progression, some trying to get as much as we can. It's not really like you can expect some amazing like, action to happen, but you can also imagine something insane to happen. Although I am now expecting that 100% there is gonna be a moment where the way Rosberg gets defeated is just by and asking her if she loves Percival. That is, I am 99% certain this is going to happen now. But yeah, anyways, then we also have this battle between Bellio and Trisha, which I think is gonna be the focus of the next chapter. We'll see how things are gonna go, and I'm assuming that we're gonna get their names finally revealed in the story. It's just like one of those that keep them, just like keep do not reveal when it's unnecessary kind of deal. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that front. But yeah, pretty excited to see how this battle's gonna progress right now. Although now I think about it, I feel like the Chaos Knights we should get a panel or page or two focusing on the Chaos Knights reaction to the whole, molten lava, well, those meteorites falling down. Since that is feels like something they should mention. As well, since that's going to last a week, I don't know if they have their provisions together, especially with Gawain probably be starving, probably trying to eat them all. Which would not be. I would actually not be surprised if that does. We come to the Chaos Knights and Gawain is because of lack of food, confusing them. So the chaos types as food. That'll be kind of funny. She is called the famine for a reason. But yeah, anyways, I hope you like this chapter reaction. I hope you leave your thoughts on this chapter in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to this channel for more videos in the future. And with that said, I cannot wait to see all of you people next time. Goodbye.